Hello everybody, Kane here and welcome to another video of Art of Conquest. In this one we're gonna talk about one of the two new artifacts. Prior to the video I am kind of tired, so I'm gonna be talking a little bit slower just to pretty much make sure I will really get majority of the things out here. So first things first, I am not using this artifact myself because I'm playing the Lich race. So because of that, it doesn't pose any value or effect to me. However, this particular artifact can be used in the other four races, meaning humanoid or human race, Rakan race, because most of their army is humanoid, a Sylvani race as well, because the Sylvani archers are humanoid, dwarf race, because the snipers or deadeyes are also humanoid, meaning all of them will benefit from the morale boost. Now, a morale boost is pretty much just an attack speed boost towards your army. Some armies, in particular, like I think Blade Masters, Swordmen, and stuff like that, have an additional 30% attack or damage or whatever they have. I think some archers as well. And then I think it's from research or whatever. And then comes additional bonuses in terms of abilities. So Virion himself can actually add damage reduction for units under morale boost. I think Avalon can increase morale boost duration. And I think Talk can do stuff with Ale, which also gives morale boost. So one moment, this heavyweight right here, whenever the Rakan army will be drinking the ale, that ale will also add morale boost, which means attack speed, which means bonuses from Talk as well, which also means bonuses from this particular artifact. At least I do believe there would be an interaction with that as well. Whether or not Rakan interaction with Ale would proc this particular thing, I don't know. I have not tested it myself. So with that said, let's go through the stars. So 1 star, at the start of the battle, Virion will boost the morale of 2 nearby humanoid units. Personally, I would just put Virion behind 2 archers. Now as you can see, I have these Zen archers. Why Zen archers? You have this scatter arrow. One moment. You have this scatter arrow that has a 25% chance to shoot an additional arrow, and with a morale boost 35. Thing is, this additional arrow fires behind the target, meaning if you have a mage, a buffer, a debuffer, anything, that hero will enter invincibility. And if some arrows land again, that hero will die. That hero is carrying buffs, prisms, maybe damage, maybe it's Avril, maybe it's Gazel. You could literally just kill a core hero of the enemy field. Which in majority cases, that is why I would put Virion in the middle of archers, so the archers would get morale boosted first. You don't really benefit that much from the beginning of placing this on your front line. Front line already has like a billion buffs in the first 30 seconds. That is why you would want to do that for your archers. Then 2 star, when Virion is on the battlefield, morale boost lasts for additional 1 second. So I think the base one is like 2 or 3 seconds. Then you have 2 seconds from Avalon for archers, 2 seconds for swordmen from Virion. So that's like 2 to 5 seconds, or rather 4 to 5. So this would make it 5 to 6, which is still pretty good. Then 3 star 30 seconds after the battle starts, boost the morale of 2 random humanoid units. Now at this point, quite a few buffs are starting to fall out, so this would give you an additional few seconds after that to proc pretty sweet damage reduction buffs from, say, Virion's Crusader Shield, and perhaps some attack speed. Perhaps Swordman with that attack speed could run into proper positions, perhaps the humanoid archers could actually benefit from scatter arrows and kill some heroes, as well as other races like dwarf snipers. The morale boost will make them shoot faster, more headshots, perhaps kill stuff. Your con archers, more scatter arrows, etc., etc., etc. You know, every race will benefit from its own way. 4-star increases the additional duration of morale boost from 1 second to 2, which means like from 6 to 7 seconds or so from, let's see, the human race, or about 5 seconds for other races, which is again pretty friggin' sweet if you count in the damage bonuses, the attack speed, the variant damage reduction, etc. That is pretty friggin' crazy. When variant triggers Lionheart's Blade, he boosts morale of 2 random humanoid units on the battlefield. This can actually be used for PvE content as well. For example, like Nightfire, maybe Rhino, and stuff like that. Why? Let's go on to the say variant tab for a second. So his ability, Lionheart's Blade, procs like 1 time every 4 attacks, pretty much, right? Or every 4th attack, at least you could assume. However, the potential 50 will make that 25 into 38, which is once every 2.5 attacks or so, which is pretty friggin' huge chance. So sometimes he can do this particular ability like 2 times in a row, maybe 3 times, and you have like at the very least 4 different archers already in morale boost for events, which again may increase a ton of DPS towards those bosses. Strictly RNG, however, it would help that out. As well as in PvP, if you proc this a couple of times, you could just RNG a win, or at the very least quite a few seconds of enemy not passing your front line, or reducing a ton of damage from your archers by proccing this morale boost, and then that morale boost providing 45% damage reduction for your archers, while of course the archers would just be firing off arrows like crazy. There are a lot of like combinations per se with their own abilities of either the heroes or the human race in general, or even buffs from research for, let's say, the humanoid race. So that is why this particular artifact is pretty friggin' sweet. You mainly want to use it in PvP content, pretty much just because of the morale boost. However, it is still usable in some particular events as well, because there isn't really that many DPS artifacts in the game for events. Sure, there are a few, but if you count in that you're probably placing like 10 to 15 heroes perhaps in events, maybe more, maybe less, an additional artifact like this that would be proccing morale boost left, right, and center, I mean, this is a pretty huge like addition or a bonus in terms of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Personally, if I would be playing any of the other 4 races, I would likely just upgrade this. I'm not sure to which star, but eventually I will likely do 5. Now, of course, this is just my overview in terms of not using it or having it and just working through the stars and what I would be able to see in the fights. However, as much as the stats and the bonuses and the buffs are good, there are also counters. I think there are a couple of things that can directly remove morale boost, which is the Hydrastic Conch artifact, I think 3-star, increase morale decay, during which time morale boost will immediately end. So the thing about this is it procs every 15 seconds, which I think gets reduced somewhere here. And as well as if a hero dies, then it procs again for every hero dying. So there are nuances with this that sure you can remove it at the very beginning, or if you remove it like maybe 3 seconds in the morale boost, you remove it, variant procs Lionhearts again, and can reprog that, say, morale boost once more. So there are nuances where this can actually mean a lot. There are nuances where, this can be almost nothing, or would not really mean that much more than just a second or two, or whatever. So there are a lot of RNG based in the counter aspects of that particular artifact. I think there are a few more things that can actually end morale boost. I'm not entirely sure. I know Gazzle can reduce the morale decay. I know there's one or two more with morale decay, but I'm not sure if you can straight up just remove it. It was a pretty friggin' long day. But yeah, pretty overpowered artifact. It has some counters, but I mean the artifact itself, if you have pot 50 on Virion, pretty much like there aren't very, very reliable counters to the 5-star, at least for the 45% damage reduction that Virion could be providing, literally like, I don't know, a machine gun for his field or so. So yeah, that is, I suppose, pretty much it for the video. Again, a pretty friggin' overpowered artifact. Anyways, that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching. And if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that. In return, I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of events, PvP formations, and stuff like that. As well as I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really, really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching, take care, and stay safe out there.